Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in. Check out your board. P-Funk, thinking right out here in the lab. What I do in the wee hours of the morning for you. I got a nice one for you today. All right, let's get this party started. I'm excited, so trying to calm myself down. Right, is 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, a story with a message, message and story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I hope you use them. That's the intent. That's the purpose. Let's do this. I appreciate you. Right thinking mission, because that's what I'm on. Enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers' way of life through mental and spiritual disciplines employed daily, meaning that do it on a day-to-day basis, and it will help, and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission for all right thinkers to do just that. Know thyself. Let's ask the question, because my mission is to get you to do just that with the information that's set forth for you. But here's the question I'm going to ask you before we get started. Do you know you? Know thyself. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not, foolish, disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believes that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep. I can awaken them. I'm a spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my app, be true. I've been listening to Joe Dispenza and my man Lipton and all these guys putting down this information, which is very good information. Only thing is the wording. I got the same information. They just use the same wording. Let me show you. Today, right thinkers, let's talk about bad programming. I had it, or negative thoughts that were given to us. No, how about this? I just thought about it. Bad programming, aka parents. Oh, no, calm down. So let's talk about it. Again, I got a concept. I listen to them guys and I formulate my concept and I bring it to y'all. Let's see how you like this one. Bad programming is the dysfunctional environment that we live in, our household, our environment, which is the household that we grew up in. And guess what? We don't have a choice in the matter. We don't get to pick the household. We don't get to pick our parents. That go both ways. Okay? But as coming into the world as children, the programming that our parents give us is what we're going to have for the rest of our life. Why? Unless you break that program for the first 7 years, you pretty much being shaped by your environment. And that's okay. Why? Because you get a chance to change it. That's why you got deprogram, break them down, and then you can reprogram, build them to go the right way. I'm a deprogrammer. Why? I'm going to break the stereotypes of your thought process that's wrong, break it down, and then reprogram you with the thought process and information that's right, that you can function and produce something with, manifest for yourself with the right knowledge and the right information makes that possible. That's reprogramming. Okay, what's this? I was programmed, both good and bad. Why? I had a mother and a father. I grew up in an environment, and when I was coming up, that was pretty much the norm in the 50s. A mother and a father, a father, uh, mother, father, son and daughter, whatever. But the father and the mother was together. The 60s, all that changed. Now it's prevalent to be in a single parent household. That's not natural. When single people start making babies, then you can have a single parent household and make it natural. Other than that, it's not naturally normal, please. And guess what? When I was programmed, good and bad, I got my moral code from my mom, but I got that other stuff. I wanted to be a hustler like my dad. Again, programming, dysfunction. I saw my mother as the moral part. She kept me in line. But I saw my dad as, so and that's what I wanted to be like again. And I wanted, watch this, and I also saw the illegal activity that was going on, and I wanted in. When I was young, I had to sit back. Another story, another time. But when I come home, okay, I'm ready to do what I do. Put me in, coach. Put me in. I've been dying to stretch my leg in the hustle game. Why? That's why I was perfecting all the time, paying attention. So it was perfect for me at that time. It wasn't good, but that's what I did. I learned, watch this. Now, I also learned good habits, aka good programming, from other family and friends. Again, we learn from our environment coming up. If back when I was coming up, it took a village to raise a child. So I got input from everybody, good and bad. So you can't have one like the other. Understand that. But watch this. Now I broke the bad programming or the stereotype with my son. We're not doing numbers. We're not selling drugs. You're gonna do what you gotta do, get your good education and live your life. Kudos. I programmed him to what? The right way to do what? The right thing. And to this day, still in that program. Feel good about that. Watch this. When you living on your lower nature, and I keep telling young guys, lower nature is below the waist. No, ain't no head down there but the other guy. So if that's running you, you're going to have problems. So raise it. Okay. Don't let that be the focal point of what you're doing. It's okay when you're young, but as you get through life, you find out that that thing been around a long time. It ain't going nowhere. Just saying. When you live in your lower nature, that's your ego programming. The ego programming is negative, selfish thinking, greedy, all those bad thoughts are Satanian fetters that you are going to cause your own demise. Watch this. If you're living of your ego programming, it's wrong. You are all for yourself. Remember, ego is edging God out. So if you want to go this thing alone, you got the choice. That's your choice. And the ego will say, yeah, I can do it. Until what? It's time to answer. He won't be nowhere around. Why? Because it's you. Another lesson, but the enemy in you is you. If you never really had much, understand that. You won't be satisfied. If you never really had much, watch this, the ego, you won't be satisfied until what? You do anything that you would get it at any cost. You pretty much do anything. When I was ego tripping, yeah, I pretty much sold because selling your soul. Selling your soul, the concept is knowing is wrong. You're doing it anyway. You're gonna willingly participate. You don't sold your soul. Okay. If you've been duped and you've been tricked, sometimes that happens. But when you willingly know, you can't blame nobody but yourself, and you the one who got to be responsible. Understand that. Moving on. But that's the concept. When you willingly do wrong, you committing your own crime. Watch this. Next one is now if you only worry about yourself and no one else, your thoughts are wrong. And that's ego. Why? Ego all about self. Me. No God, no we, no, just me. So egoistic people understand that. There's the price to pay for being that. If you're programming your thoughts is bad, negative, you will be selfish. Watch this. Unless you do what? Be deprogrammed and then reprogrammed. That's what George tell you. Program when it's bad, you got to be deprogrammed and then reprogrammed. Trust me. Bad programming, here again, can be what? Deprogrammed and again reprogrammed to what? Turn into good programming by doing what? Right thinking, right thoughts, right action, righteous living. You do that, that's how you reprogram and change your lifestyle. Higher nature, here you go, is your higher self. And most people who are become spiritually enlightened or even spiritually anointed, Christians, Muslims, Jews, they seem to be a little bit more understanding. Why? Because they had the experience. They had their talk, they walk with God. So they in a good place within themselves. Okay? If you run around claiming the Holy Ghost and all that nonsense, that's all for show. Self-mastery is you reprogramming yourself from bad negative thinking to what? Good positive thinking. From ignorance to knowledge, darkness to light, whatever. But that change got to happen. I just gave the caterpillar lesson. You go from a caterpillar to a butterfly. Some people are gonna stay caterpillar. Some people are gonna stay ignorant. We know that. Okay, understand that. Make it personal and don't be that one. Do what you're supposed to do. Let everybody take care of themselves. All right, it's a dog eat dog work. Okay. Some of us got on milk bone drawers. When you reprogram yourself, that means you change the way you think. That's how you change. If your thought process don't change, you won't. If your heart ain't in the change, it won't happen. If all you do is talk about change and there's no action, people will notice that, see that, and your words will become hollow, null and void. They won't mean nothing. Okay? Understand that. Right thinking philosophy, watch this, takes you from bad negative thinking, bad programming, to what? Positive thinking, aka good programming. That's life changing. That's how you change your life. That's my whole goal for my right thinkers. Thinking wrong is what? Because you're ignorant. That means you're a bad program. Right thinkers will be deprogrammed and reprogrammed what they can do themselves with what? Practice of right thinking philosophy principles. Master right thinkers will have been deprogrammed, reprogrammed, aka become spiritual enlightened beings and know themselves. That's the goal. That's my point. Let me get this thing going. Bad programming is being ignorant, lack of knowledge. It's not a good look for you or anybody. Why? Because you're not going to reach your full potential if you're ignorant and you don't acquire knowledge of self. It's okay to be young and dumb. It's not cool to be old and dumb. I was programmed, watch this, to make lots of money. And back then, that was the fast way. Wrong way, but that's what I did. Watch this. You have a lot of women. That was bad programming. But that's what I wanted to do. That's what you are, what you think you are. I thought I could be the best at it. I thought that's what when I did it, to find out that I was wrong. When you realize you're wrong, that's when you make the change. Trust me. A lot of us don't have to do that. Why? Learn from somebody else. I'm trying to help you with that. Life lessons. Hello. That's what I'm doing here. If you was given bad programming, okay, that we all had to deal with that from birth. And that's fine. In order for you to know yourself, you have to reprogram yourself. That's how you know yourself. If you know your programming is bad, then it's up to you. It's your job to what? Change it and reprogram it for the better to change yourself. Don't blame your parents. Don't blame, stop that. Why? Because whatever you got the first 7 years, that was, but you had the right to change it after the third 7. Once you become 21, you're an adult. You should be able to go back, use your discernment, use your memory, use your moral concept, the ethical code to know right from wrong, and do just what you know to be right. That's called being a good person. Sorry, but moving on. Let me wrap this up. We all have the ability to what? Reprogram ourselves. If you need help doing that, come right there and tune into your boy. I got you. I'll help you out. That's what I do for you. Wrapping it up. Again, I appreciate you tuning in. Good programming. Yeah. Daily knowledge that will help you in your day-to-day life. Good programming. That in is what? Using and giving self-knowledge to do what? help reprogram others with knowledge of self, and hoping they can obtain it, use it, and do what we want them to do. Know thyself. Let's go. Once you attain self-knowledge, that means that you have what? Reprogram yourself by following me and following the lessons I give, and prove for yourself with the manifestation of it by putting it to use and finding out for yourself. Yeah, it do work. Trust me. I appreciate you. Thank you. Right thinking philosophy will help what? Reprogram you by giving you spiritual principles, aka truth, that you can live by and manifest and better yourself by using them on a day-to-day basis and manifesting for yourself. Good programming is what I give. Is when the information, here you go, you learn and change, you learn and live by to do what? Change your life for the better. If you're right thinking, if that's not your goal, you need to get on board. That should be your goal, to know thyself. Good programming is the job of the right thinking philosophy master. I take you, deprogram you to reprogram you. I take that seriously. Why? Because I know what it takes to make it happen. That's why I say I do what I do for you. This is to help you help yourself. Good programming, excuse me, last one. Good programming is reprogramming of what? Bad programming that was given to us, that when we want it better and know ourselves, we have to change for ourselves. That's a good lesson, a good concept. I hope you follow it. Hope you got it. I'm out. I'll be back.